Hello, virgins. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, we're here on the M5 Linear Park, one of the best pieces of bike infrastructure in Sydney, in my humble opinion. And today we have to go to Bondi. Gonna meet a mate of mine. He lives in Bondi Beach, and then we got to drive to Newcastle to help him buy a new gravel bike. And I realised late last night that I never unpacked my kit from Wagga back in October, which is quite a stretch. At a gravel event down there, Gears and Beers, if anyone knows it. And the result of that is all my best kit is in the wash, and I'm left with the MC Hammer kit. So hopefully there's no fashion police out this early on a Saturday morning. But we'll tuck back in and enjoy the 20-odd K roll down to Bondi Beach. This is about as peaceful as it's going to get for the entire day. So we're at Kingsgrove now, and we're still riding along the M5 motorway. You can see it there up ahead, up top. We've got to cross this busy road, and then we should be back onto an extension of this, the latter stages of it, and then we got to stitch together a couple of sections of bike path to get us to the east. So this is the further reaches of the M5 Linear Park. Still riding alongside the motorway, but it's now on the left. Previously it was on the right. I'm not tremendously familiar with this part of Sydney, so probably gonna have to stop a few times and periodically check my Google Maps or whatever to get me into the best situation, because some of the streets get really busy and really narrow and full of trucks, so I'd rather avoid that wherever possible. But we'll see how we go. I came back this way with the cargo bike a few weeks ago. Slightly different situation on the cargo bike though. You're pretty big and you're sitting upright, versus not being terribly visible on a road bike, despite the extremely colourful gear I'm wearing. So Google Maps is just giving me the passive aggressive take a turn up here, but actually a U-turn because you're an idiot. Pretty big wind the last few nights, and it's certainly taken down some pretty big timber. Fortunately, we've not had anything blocking our way so far. They would clear that out pretty quickly, but you never know, so better keep the eyes open. Anyway, we've got to cut back under the motorway up here, and that should hopefully put us on the right trajectory. Oh, it stinks, that water. To get us, yeah, out to Bondi. There's a lot of tree roots under the bike path as well, so it gets pretty bumpy in places. So back under the tunnel, and then hang a right and continue on. But how good are these tunnels? How good are those brakes? I'm joking, the brakes are actually pretty good, they just make a terrible noise. Yeah, this is pretty much what I was trying to avoid. Low sun, narrow enough street, bus lane, and big trucks. The only good thing with the trucks is you can hear them coming. And it's also a long weekend here, which means double demerits on your driver's license if you're a bad person, so it does tend to keep people a little bit more well behaved. But all in all, Sydney drivers aren't too bad to cyclists, not since COVID. Before COVID it was much worse, but now so many more people ride that they're a lot better and more conscientious. It's a beautiful day here in Sydney. Well, you know, relatively speaking. I'll tell you one thing you learn or relearn pretty quick when you spend a lot of time riding mountain bikes. You realize how forgiving they are. Then you jump back on a road bike and now like your elbows hurt, your knees hurt. You know, the roads seem a lot less smooth than they once did. You definitely have to watch out for the big ass cracks and potholes. On now to another relatively new piece of cycle infrastructure. This is going along past the airport. So we are going to airports on the right hand side, domestic and international. We're riding along by the canal. I'm not going to take a stab at what the name of it is because I'll probably get it wrong, but it's a canal in Sydney, so you can be pretty sure, one, you don't want to go near the water for pollution, and also very unfriendly bull sharks. But this is a beautiful stretch of bike, well, shared bike and pedestrian path. It cuts out a pretty hellish section of road and also basically injects us right into the eastern suburbs. So it cuts out a hell of a lot of time, cuts out a lot of danger, and it's pretty smooth and it's pretty flat. So no complaints from me. Plus you also get to watch the planes come in overhead because they'll come from left to right into land depending on the wind direction. And there's one now. Not quite as cool as when you get like an A380 or something. Yeah, the cycle infrastructure has improved dramatically since COVID days. You actually now have junctions like the one we're about to approach. It's just awesome to be able to ride up and over the canals like this where I have to faff around with roads. Yeah, nice. Nice segregated bike infrastructure. Paint is not infrastructure. Curbs are infrastructure. There's something about this particular stretch of bike lane that I always approach with a bit of trepidation. It's a bit older, it's a bit rough in spots. You have to constantly chicane around floating bus stops, and it's quite narrow in those points. There's a lot of poles, but also you get loads of debris on the ground. So those blind spots are suddenly met with an obstacle on the far side, which isn't great. Plus you got tons of driveways for trucks and customers at the weekends and during the weekdays. So yeah, it's just one of those ones you definitely have to keep your wits about you despite the curb separating you from the road. But it's better than nothing, so I'll absolutely take it. Ooh, still an absolute sucker for a Ferrari. I thought we had loads of time to take the scenic route and go along by the beaches, and then you realize that like 20-minute blocks just vaporize. I've got to be in Bondi by 9. It's almost exactly 8:30, so I reckon we still have time. So I go along by the coast, pick it up there. You can tell it's the eastern suburbs because the population of dogs has just increased about 500-fold. Case in point, dogs everywhere. Funny, it's like stepping back into Tinder in real life. It's like everything's an advertisement. Anyway, we're going to burst through Centennial Park, out the top side, through Paddo, we'll head down to Bondi, maybe swing by Bronte and Tamarama on the way, see what we can see. It is beautiful though. Into Queen's Park, last of the parks before we hit the coast, and we are currently 6.5 kilometers over what it said the total distance would be. And that would be the ADHD route planning. We are coming in fast to Bondi Beach. Pretty beautiful day to be on Bondi Beach. However, we can't hang around. Alright, final stop with 2 minutes on the clock. Tamarama. Then all we have to do is get over that hill and we're in Bondi. Dogs on the road. Okay, we are 2 minutes and 15 seconds late, but we are officially in Bondi Beach. So we're just going to roll down to the beach, have a look, turn around and go to my mate's place. It's a super fun junction to try and get across. Yeah, that wasn't too bad really, probably owing to the fact it's 9:02 AM on a Saturday. And there we have it. Bondi Beach. Bondi Skate Park. North Bondi down there. It's a pretty cracking day for it. Alright, we don't have much time. Let's soak it in for a few seconds and then make tracks.